In the crossfire between war and disease, armed rebels killed 9 people in this village near the border with Uganda. Then health workers spirited the bodies away to be tested for Ebola, creating resentment and mistrust.
We don't understand what this Ebola is. We can bury the bodies of our people ourselves.
Last week, tensions blew up when unknown attackers set fire to a pair of Ebola treatment centers. For local people, it's becoming less clear who's here to actually help.
The existing atmosphere can only be described as toxic.
Doctors Without Borders says this humanitarian mission is starting to feel like a military operation.
And all of a sudden, you're labeled with Ebola and you don't have no choice. You are put somewhere isolated. You're all of a sudden being cared by people with spacesuits and you don't have a say.
Rebel groups are fighting for control of this resource-rich part of Congo, so the Congolese military and police are now playing a bigger role in the Ebola response, sometimes using force. And as resentment from local people grows, aid workers are seeing a disturbing trend. They suspect some are hiding Ebola. Cases are coming out of nowhere.
35 to 40% of the people who are confirmed do not belong to the chain of transmission, meaning that we don't know where they get it.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. Congo has dealt with Ebola before, and aid workers now have a Canadian-developed Ebola vaccine. Last fall, this Toronto doctor worked for the WHO at both treatment centers that were recently destroyed.
Yeah, it's frustrating for sure for all of those that are involved. It's disappointing that there have been certain things that have conspired against the outbreak coming under control.
Doctors Without Borders says it needs to ensure the security of its workers before it can resume all of its work. It's also calling on all aid groups and the government to consult local people and help put the humanity back into the humanitarian mission. Vic Adopia, CBC News, Toronto.